I am today working on the Mixed Up Monday that's hosted by Anna from Peacecraft Love, and I am using the Simple Stories collection called Weathered Garden. I just found it the other day when I was shopping at Peacecraft Love, and I fell in love with it. It just has like all the colors that I like, and then just kind of muted, but it's got lots of butterflies and blooms and all kinds of stuff on it. And I thought that this would be really nice to go with a photograph of my dad. This is my dad. His name is David Lyle, and he actually passed away in February. And so my life is very much revolving around him right now, but I'm just really trying to focus on the fact that I wanted more time with him and that I love him so much. And I think that it's pretty normal when somebody that you love dearly passes away that you really start surrounding yourself with like imagery and working with their memories a lot. So that's what I'm doing. So I've made a plan, and I showed you the sketch in the beginning of what's going on. And I'm just going to kind of work within those parameters. I have like a basic idea, but we'll see what actually happens as I get going on this. So the first thing that I want to do is just round the corners of the photograph and then put that together with stitching, of course, because I'm always a stitchy girl. This shirt that my dad is wearing, my dad was so funny because he loves like all the grandpa kind of the badge, you know, like he loves being a grandpa, he loves being a dad. And so like anytime that we would get shirts for him or anything like that, like that's what he wore constantly. And so I bought him this shirt for Father's Day in 2020 and sent it to him, and he is called Bop Bop because when my niece was tiny, my brother and sister-in-law were building a house on their property. She was living with my parents and her mom and dad, of course, at my parents' place while they were building. And she was going around the table, and for a long time she was calling my mom Mama and my sister-in-law Mama. And then one day they were sitting at the table, and she was going, and she's like telling what everybody's names were, and she all of a sudden she looked from my mom to my dad, or her mother, her actual mother, to my mom, and she said Mama, and then she went Mimi, and then she got to my dad and she called him Bop Bop, and so he just became Bop Bop because of my niece. And so I just think it was really cute that just extended outside of just my niece, and that just became who my dad was to all his grandchildren. Now I'm intentionally doing a sloppy stitch around here. If you're watching me sew this and you're like, oh my gosh, Tamara, what are you doing? That's what I'm doing. It's on purpose. That I kind of like that. I like a little bit of chaos, I guess, in what I'm doing. And so if you go around twice when you're doing that, I think it makes it look kind of cool. So that's, you know, my on-purpose situation here. So there's my dad. There's my pops. And his beard, like he grew that beard for me. My husband grew out his beard, and then I told my dad, I'm like, you should grow your beard out too. And so he had that for the rest of his life because of me. Oh. Okay, I also want to go around the edge here and do some antiquing on this before I stick it down and get my little, I don't even know what these things are called, like brusher thingy. I call it like a sponge. I don't know what its actual name is. But it works, right? Right, okay, and that's all that matters. So the sketch has this kind of background piece behind it. And because this is a remembrance piece, I just kind of wanted to be a little more calm. I want these butterflies to show, so I know that there's a little overhang here that I'm going to have to take off. In fact, let's just do that over on this side. Let's just tear that edge. But it had, and then the sketch is made for 12 by 12, but you know, I'm just insisting on using the 6 by 8 thing that I've got going on. And it's limiting, but you know, I don't know about you, but there are times when I am working with stuff and I kind of appreciate when there is a limitation involved. It makes me kind of have to stretch a little bit and use, and figure out a way to make it work. And I appreciate that. I think maybe it harkens back to my roots as a kid when I was always like just having to kind of cobble things together, foraging things and cobbling, like that was my thing, and I was always trying to put things together. That's right, no tape, just thread, baby. I am enjoying my scrapbook that's coming together. It's kind of neat because, whoops, any scrapping that I was doing for a while was very limited, and it's kind of fun to be playing with this in such a playful way now, you know, where it really is a lot about the art component and not so much just about getting photos on a page for preservation. Like this is like art. This is fun. This is not just making a scrapbook where I'm, you know, trying, like I said, trying to get a million photos on the page. Okay, so I've got this, and then I'm gonna go like this right here. And then I have this piece right here that I wanted to put along the bottom to kind of bring in that piece that was, that they showed in the sketch. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put that across there. I'm gonna use tape for that. And I know it's longer, but I will trim it. Let's see. Okay, let me make sure that I've got what I want. I'm covering this butterfly right here. Oh my gosh, now I'm like, now that I've got the tape, I'm wishing that I had used thread. But I really hesitate to use my sewing machine after I've taped because it gets all gummed down. So it is what it is now, friends. It's gonna be just like it is. Okay, so my dad's going right there. Got my butterflies, and then, oh, come on. Can't pick this up. I want to do two things. I want to put this right here. Is that too much? Maybe I want to put this right here. I know the sketch has the title and stuff up here, but I want those butterflies to stay there. Do I need this? Let's see. Do I want to put like that behind? Like that? Do I like that? I think I do. So, boop. And I'm gonna make some tails on this. I don't know, this probably has a name, but I don't know what it is. I just think of it as like when I was a kid, you would go get your stuff at the holidays at a department store, and then they would give you a little bit of ribbon in boxes. Gosh, that makes me feel so old to be thinking about that. But they'd give you a little bit of ribbon with your boxes, and then the ribbon would always have those pretty tails on it. So then I'm gonna go like this, and I don't want believe in yourself. I want love this most because I'm really focused on my dad. And then I was also, I think I'm just gonna do one and then the hearts. Yes, I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna sew this down. Oh, I need to tape this down first. Okay. And yeah, I could sew it on, but I've already done all of the sewing around the picture, so I'm not gonna do that. Just gonna do this And this, okay. This is not going to be out in the wind, so it doesn't need to have 1,000 pieces of tape on it. And it's going to be in a book that has plastic sheets, like it's a big plastic envelope kind of thing. So it doesn't need to have the ability to have the page turning stick forever and ever. Hey Dad, how you doing? There we go. Gorge. Oh, oh, no. Oh, oh, oh well. It is what it is. It's slightly, or maybe, did I fix it? It is what it is now. I can't even I can't worry about it anymore, right? Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and stitch down this ribbon so it's not flopping. Or is it still ribbon when it's lace? It is right now. It can do a little bit of the tape, but not a lot. When I was first doing a lot of sewing, I was like, it's fine sewing through the tape. But it wasn't long term. And then you end up with a gummy little hole for the thread hole, the eye of the needle, and oh my Lanta, try to get something through there. Jeez Louise. Once it's got the gumminess in it, you are not getting anything back through there. Okay, so that's there. And, pardon me, if you don't do this immediately, it's like a kitten with a roll of toilet paper. You end up with all the toilet paper off. I'm sure you know this. Okay, and then I'm going to put that there. Do I want to tape that or do I want to sew that? What do I want to do? Or do I want to just stitch around this right here and have that be what adheres it? I think I'm just going to stitch around the butterfly. So I'm going to do a teensy weensy bit of tape just to tack this down. Boop. Come on, come off. Okay, there we go. So teensy weensy bit of tape there, stick it down, and then I'm just gonna stitch around that butterfly. I'm not gonna do like the whole ferns and everything like that. And I'll start on the part that I'm gonna cover up. People always ask me, Tamara, what kind of machine do you have that you can sew through chipboard? I have an old Elna, and my mom gave her to me when I was 20. So I've had her for almost 30 years now. And she has all metal insides. So she's just really, she's a good girl. And it's like her bobbin casing. When I had a newer machine once before, it was a Brother. It had plastic. The bobbin casing was plastic, and it broke after using it for like 2 weeks. It was supposed to be my backup machine, and I took my Elna in for just a tune-up, and while she was gone, the Brother died. Do I want that, or do I want Forever and Always? Oh, I like the contrast of Love This Most. So we'll go with Love This Most. And I put a little foam on here so that it's popping out. Okay, and one of my goals with doing Mixed Up Monday is to start using some goops, like literal goops. So last month I used some crackle. This month I'm using texture. And so I have, where did it go? Oh, it's right here. I have this from Alice in Wonderland. It's a Stamperia. This came from Peacecraft Love. And I just want to put this vine going up here. I'm just going to leave it white because I'm a newbie to using anything like this. And I'm just going to give it a try. Remember, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not an expert. I'm just trying something out for the first time. I don't have a palette, so I'm using my Cricut spatula. I'm like, that will work just fine, I guess. No judgment. Like my name says, I'm a forager. So I'm just using what I have to give this a try. Okay. So this is me being very vulnerable and just trying this. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous about this. Isn't that silly? All right, here we go. Just adding some texture to my work. Oh my gosh. And like, you guys have no idea how nervous I am about this. Like, it really matters, you know? Like, this is for my GPA for crafting, apparently. So I go from having a regular grade to, you know, next leveling it. And this is going a little bit on the picture, which makes me slightly nervous, but at the same time, I like the idea that it's gonna travel a little bit, because, oh, it can't go on his face though. No, we're not putting that on your face yet. We're gonna leave your face without. We'll just go right here and we'll stop. Okay, and then go all the way to the top. So I saw some little holes. I watched a Tim Holtz video about this, about how to use this stuff. And he was adding colors to it and everything, and I thought, I don't know. And then I just happened during that time to be in a Zoom meeting, like a crafting session with Anna from Peace Craft Love. And she was like, do whatever you want. Okay, here we go. Ready for the reveal? Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Look how rad that looks. Oh my gosh. So Tamara's pretty happy with that. Tamara's so happy that she's speaking about herself in third person. Okay, so this is what I ended up with, and I love it. This turned out so cute. Oh, I'm glad I took that risk, because that looks really neat. All right, I'll zoom in so you can take a final gander at my Pops there. Looking all handsome in his Bop shirt. And that was kind of fun. Thanks for coming along on that ride. And make sure that you check out the other crafters. Oh, whoops, I almost forgot. I have some hearts here that I wanted to add. But make sure you check out the other scrappers and crafters in this hop who are participating in the Mix It Up Monday, because there are some amazing people that participate, and to me it's just an honor to be a part of this whole event. So, I'm really happy with that. So now I understand why people like to do that kind of thing. I think I should put that there, up here. Kind of carry it. I'm gonna put it up here to kind of carry it up. All right, Dad, love you. Thank you guys for coming along. See you soon.